Hello, air signs. I hope that everybody is doing well. We are here with an element reading, and so we are going to be doing the element of air. That means we are going to do a reading for Gemini, we are going to do a reading for Libra, and we are also going to do a reading for Aquarius. I will put timestamps in the comments so they are easily accessible. We are going to start off with Gemini. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Gemini, I'm seeing you move on from something, and it's like you're halfway in between. You're going from one plot of land to another. You're in the middle and somebody's like trying to swim out to come get you. They may have something important to tell you. They want to talk to you about something. Gemini loves a good story, huh? They have information for you. Surprising information for you. I'm looking at a tower. Maybe you weren't expecting to hear from this person. Something ended abruptly, unexpectedly. This can be happening with you, but this can also be somebody coming through and be like, hey, I ended that thing, or that thing didn't work out. Wanting to come through and let you know what's going on. If this is you, it would be very, very, well, I mean, even if it's not you, it's very shocking that this thing has come to an end. It was not at all anticipated, it seemed. Maybe some of you anticipated it, but for whoever's experiencing this firsthand, I'm seeing it be a surprise. Somebody wasn't really putting in the agreed upon effort. It really looks like somebody was trying to take advantage of a situation here, and that's why things needed to come to an end. I'm hearing foray, but the thought process could have been that, okay, so there are at least two people working together here. There could have been more than two people that were working together here. Like, this could be co-workers for some of you, like somebody that you were collabing with. But I'm seeing that in somebody's mind, they were going to try to like leech off of this situation and take advantage of what was going on. And it seems like this just got like slapped out of their hands. Like somebody totally fumbled the ball here. It does feel like somebody wants to come through and tell you about this. So this is kind of reminding me of the Leo reading where like Leo wasn't experiencing firsthand what was going on, but they had somebody coming through. They had somebody coming through and being like, Leo, I want to tell you all this stuff that's happening. So you could have somebody coming through wanting to talk to you. But yeah, for those of you that this was your first-hand experience, I'm seeing you get so much information that you may not have had, but it like comes after the fact. It's like first you find out that something like unexpectedly comes to an end, then you find out that somebody was doing something shady like within the interaction that was happening. I saw 404 on the time when I looked up, also 405. And then I'm seeing you like get information about what was happening within this situation. And it was that like somebody was trying to like take advantage. I'm hearing of sympathy of the way that something was playing out. I want to get further because I feel like this is all over the place. I'm seeing you just have your like eyes glued to this situation here, finding out. But it's through like word of mouth or communication. Like I'm seeing you actually gaining information here. I'm seeing you come through as the Page of Swords, which is you just like absorbing all of this here, processing all of this. And it has to do with like this person or these people that were working together with one another, or at least trying to and somebody that was trying to take advantage of this situation. And it seems like their behavior is why things came to an end. Like, maybe they thought they were going to get away with something, but then they didn't. I'm actually seeing you catch somebody here, Gemini. You caught somebody doing something, but they may have not thought anybody could see them, but I'm seeing you see them here. Maybe they thought they were going to get away with it. I don't know why. Wow. It's interesting, like, maybe this person got very bold with what they were doing. It's like, they thought that they were wearing an invisibility cloak, and this whole time you've been tracking what they've been doing. Like, watching the whole thing, but they had no idea at all. And they, like, really thought that they were getting away with something, but I'm seeing you've been watching them, like, literally this whole time. But they, like, didn't even know that you were there seeing it all. And you were. This person was trying to be really slick with the way that they were doing things. I feel this person really thought that they were fooling you. But I'm getting like you knew all along. What a bizarre situation. It's also just crazy too. Like, out of everybody, like, why try to mess with Gemini? Like, Gemini's gonna find out. Foolish. Like, if there's ever any sign that knows what's going on, it's gonna be Gemini. So it's so wild. This person may have really just guess they don't know who you are, Gemini. So you're quite aware here of what's been going on. I'm seeing something about like a gathering of people or a get together. I'm seeing something feel very stressful. It's like something that's supposed to be fun, but I'm actually seeing it be stressful. Like, major organization is needed. Here, like, you might have somebody helping you out with this. I'm seeing maybe helping you make a choice about something. Some of you found out that somebody was like carrying on doing something that something just comes to light in a very shocking way. Or I'm seeing the Three of Cups, so it's like there's at least one other person involved in this situation than you thought, or than this person was telling you. For some of you too, unfortunately, this is a third party situation, Gemini. Like, oh, you're here too? It's one of those moments. And then it's like the pain of recognizing that, the pain of realizing this, that there was this other person here. And then I'm seeing things come to an end because of that, but it feeling really stressful because of like everything that you have with this person, everything you've been building. But you feel like they sabotaged your future in a big way. But I'm getting like, I don't know who this person thought they were trying to trick you. It's so wild to me. Like, this whole time, even though you may have like really hoped for the best from this person, I'm seeing there definitely be like you and your super research skills over here just catching everything. Like, I don't know why they thought that you weren't going to know. Like, when it comes to figuring things out and putting pieces together and all of that stuff, like, that is your wheelhouse. Yeah. You may have known the truth, but you didn't want to admit to it. You didn't know. It's like this whole time you've known, but this part of you that's like, oh, I don't want to know that, could have been pushing that off for you. You're like, now it's just something so in your face and it's so clear. And I'm seeing this just be a moment where you're like, I literally knew this the whole time. I knew this the whole time. Like, I'm not even seeing you be... Maybe the way that this happened felt surprising to you, but I'm getting like you knew that this person was just up to something here, but they really could have put on a good front. Like, I'm seeing this person be characterized by... I'm hearing gypsy, I'm hearing Egyptian. I'm seeing this person be characterized by the Emperor. For some of you, this is an Aries, or they have Aries placements, Aries Mars. The Aries could be in your chart too, Gemini. But yeah, this person, this is somebody that uses like their position in a way that it puts them, like, they take advantage of situations. Like, this is somebody coming through. I'm hearing corporate greed. Maybe you feel like this person is greedy. This is somebody that comes through and, like, as much as you would want to build something with them, it's just built on secrecy and stuff that doesn't feel right to you. But it can be hard too, because you could be really involved with this person. Like, I'm seeing it be stressful because some of you have a family with this person, some of you live with this person, or you have shared finances with this person. So, like, ending things would be really tricky, I'm seeing, because of the Ten of Pentacles, which can be, like, the resources that you share with them. But I'm also seeing it's been kind of, like, difficult to maintain stability with them as well. But now you may be like, well, how am I going to maintain my stability without them? But I'm just seeing somebody that uses their position to just take advantage of other people. I'm hearing something about crime. Maybe for some of you, this could be something that you're watching too. For those of you that, like, this isn't happening in your life, you could be watching something on TV that this is happening with. But for some of you, I'm actually seeing something that's been going on. But you're like, I knew that the whole time. Like, I'm seeing you just read this person's character and you were aware of this. Just something about them felt really fishy, and you were like, something's going to happen that's going to confirm that for me. And this is that moment. You just see what they've been doing this whole time. But you could be surprised because of who they are. Something about who they are, what they have, or like a job that they do, something like that could be surprising, like because of their reputation. Like, maybe you wouldn't have thought, but you were getting vibes, but maybe you were like, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm off with this. But I'm seeing you like read the situation right. It's just like something really like crooked going on here with this person. And they like really didn't think that they would get caught doing what they were doing, but their mistake was like doing this in front of your face, thinking you weren't going to notice. Because now I'm seeing you're like, you've been taking advantage of this. Yeah, you could have thought that they were coming in and like giving their energy in an honest way, and then you just caught something. You may have not even been like trying to, it's just something that you ended up finding and figuring out. And now I'm seeing you like have the information and you need to make a decision with what to do about that. Like, it seems like you've known everything that's been going on, but you have to make a choice with what it is that you know and what you want to do with that now. I'm hearing the song The Other Woman. I think it's called that, by Lana Del Rey. I'm just hearing The Other Woman. I don't know if that's actually the title of it. Yeah, look at the High Priestess. Somebody could have really been keeping something a secret, or keeping someone a secret. I'm seeing also you may be doing things lately that have been like strengthening your intuition. In some ways, like, if you take yourself out of, like, the tragedy of this situation, I'm seeing it feel very satisfying to you because it feels like you just solved a major mystery here. But it may be something where you're like, I wish that maybe the context was different, but I'm seeing this feel mentally satisfying for you. It's like this quest that you've been on, and now you have all the answers and you figured it out. Now the ball's in your court with what you want to do about this. Like, how to proceed here. I am hearing extracurriculars with the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords. And we also have the Three of Pentacles here. Like, looks like there are a lot of threes. I am hearing momentarily. It feels like you've been building a case even. For some of you, this may be something with work that you're doing. This can have to do with your job. Or you could be investigating something. I'm hearing Leo. You could be investigating something. For some of you, it's your Mars that you have in Gemini. Not for everybody. We're actually going to leave this here. Yeah, for some of you, this is like a work thing. Or you have somebody trying to involve you in something here. I'm hearing something about wanting your input. Yeah, it really does feel like you walked in. I'm getting confirmation of this. You like walked in on like some sort of scene and you thought it was just going to be like one other person there, and there's like somebody else in the room too. But I'm seeing like you weren't expected. I'm seeing you actually like pop up on somebody and they weren't expecting like you to be there, and then it's like all of you guys are then there like looking at one another in this situation, and I'm seeing something like immediately come to an end. It's like you surprised the surprise party. So knowing what you know now, what are you going to do with it? And it seems like that's the place where we just leave things with you being like, well, I know everything that I needed to know. Again, this feels very satisfying. Like you got all of the information that you needed. You have everything now. And now is a matter of like, on to the next. What do I do now? Like, what do I want my next chapter to be looking like? So some of you may not be showing your cards just yet. You may be keeping this to yourself. For others of you, you may be figuring out like what to do with this at this point. I'm hearing the name, it sounds like Sunil or Sunlil, something like that. Sunil. I'm looking at Sagittarius, the Moon, Aries, and Mars. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here and we are going to shift into Libra. Thank you, everybody, for connecting. Hi, Libra. How's everybody doing? We are going to get into your reading now. I'm seeing you planning to have a conversation with somebody. There could be an announcement that you're making. You could be getting organized with something that you're doing. Some of you, you're reconnecting with someone. You could be spending time with family as well, Libra. All right. We're starting off with the Hanged Man. Hanged Man can be a space where you feel like things are sort of suspended or on pause. There may be something that you're thinking over. I'm not seeing you be in a rush here. I'm seeing these purple leaves. I'm hearing Inca. There may be something that you're trying to understand about somebody. Like, it can have to do with the way that somebody's been acting. And you may not want to take it at face value. You may be looking at it more deeply to try to understand maybe where they're coming from. And maybe this is a situation where it's like very hard to understand where somebody's coming from because you don't agree with like how they're showing up and how they're doing things. But I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like really trying to understand this. But yeah, it may be something that's very difficult to sort of like wrap your head around because it may be very different than how you would have done something. I am seeing something come to an end. What this looks like is that somebody could have done something that you see as being very like ruthless or even selfish. And for some of you, you had an end of a cycle with somebody because of this. And it may be something that you're still trying to understand, that you're still in a space where you're like, I wouldn't do that to somebody. So it's still just like difficult to be able to put yourself in this person's shoes. But I'm seeing you really try. It seems like it's something that's come up that's maybe still bothering you, still kind of stuck in your head that you want to make sense of. I'm seeing the way that this tree is, it reminds me of like when you put on school plays and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm seeing you like not understand why somebody did what they did. This is like you try to have an interaction with someone and you felt like they were just looking out for themselves. This can also be you getting into a space where you're thinking more about yourself and what you need. And maybe you're being more selfish, which I don't see as being selfish. I see this being more as maybe you're just like looking out for your own needs and maybe not going to let somebody push you around. Yeah. Yeah, somebody may keep trying to interact with you, but you're like, every time you do, I feel like you take advantage of me, or you take advantage of the situation, or you take advantage of my kindness. This is just somebody that you feel like wants and wants and wants from you. And like they love this interaction that they have from you because they keep getting things from you. But I'm seeing you feel like they're just like sucking your energy. For some of you, sucking your resources. I'm seeing you feel like very resistant to continuing to interact with this person. But you may have been in a space where you were like trying to understand where they were coming from. I'm getting that like behind it all, you see this person as being selfish. For some of you though, this is somebody that you've been friends with. And that may have been what was motivating you to try to understand where they're coming from. But I'm seeing you, at this point, you're like, I don't even want to be friends with you. I don't even feel like our friendship is resonating with me. I'm seeing this also feel like a bit of a shock to you. It's like, even though you're the one experiencing this firsthand, it still feels a bit surprising. But you could also be like, why do I want to be friends with somebody like that, where it doesn't feel like my type of friendship that I want? It really does feel like this person is coming through to teach you how to like stand up for yourself and have boundaries, because I'm seeing them really like push the ticket here. There might be some like obligation that you have with this person. I'm seeing very superstitious energy come through. Whatever this is you've been fretting over, I'm seeing that you're going to be moving through it. It could have felt really difficult to come to... This cycle is going to end with this person, okay? Yeah, this whole thing has like been a setup with you and your guides to get you to a place where you were like, enough is enough, and really put your foot down and you're like, I'm not going to do this anymore. But I'm seeing this situation really push you in a big way. Especially too because like when we think about the archetype of Libra, Libra wants to create balance and Libra wants to create harmony. And so like Libra can have, it can feel very challenging to be confrontational. But it just seems like this person's been doing, I'm hearing the word atrocious atrocities. You may feel like this person has just been pushing you till you get to this place where you're like, I hate how this person is treating me. I'm seeing you genuinely feel like really upset about how this person has been interacting with you. And you just feel like they take like a lot. And you just feel like this has kind of been like somewhat of a degrading experience for you. But it seems like this is really what you need, because it's also going to be very important for you, Libra, too, to connect with your values. And this does not align with your values. This relationship does not align with it. You feel like this person has been very, very selfish. I'm also seeing you've been trying to be very, like, forgiving and understanding with this person, too. But it just seems like it's gotten to a point where there are like no more excuses to be had, or like you're not buying the excuses anymore. This is really like changing how you perceive like friendships and stuff like that, and how you allow people to treat you. Even people that you have commitments to or you're bound to. It's like, how far do you allow somebody or something to push you until you push back? And push back in a way where you're like, I deserve respect, or I deserve to be treated with kindness, or I want to be connecting with people that are going to be considerate of me. Because I'm seeing you feel like this person has really not been. You feel like this person's been like kind of mean or like maybe cruel, something like that. Which is interesting too, because to have the Hierophant here, this can be somebody that has some sort of position, like a lofty position or something like that, where you'd think that they wouldn't act like that. But they may use it as some sort of excuse to behave in this manner. I'm seeing Neptune, Taurus, and Cancer. You're going to have other people around you that support you. But yeah, I'm seeing something get to the point where you're like, enough is enough. And it really seemed like the whole point of this was getting you to a point where you were like, it doesn't resonate with me and I'm going to actively turn this away now. And that's been the challenge for you. So things have ended with this person, or they are ending. I am seeing somebody come through and try to reach out to you. For those of you that are just going through an ending now, it's going to be like later on that this person reaches out to you. For those of you that things have already ended with this person, the Tower is going to be sooner for you. I'm seeing you be totally proven right here. I'm hearing you guessed it. Having the Tower and the Three of Wands, and I'm hearing the Magician, and I'm also hearing rehearsal. And to have the High Priestess here, it's like you knew this was going to happen. You saw this coming. I'm seeing you sort of like working on a plan here. Yeah, something that ends up happening. Now, each of you are going to be on different timelines, so that's why I'm not being specific with the timeline. I'm sort of just like talking about events, but depending on where you are, you're going to be experiencing like the present moment differently. But it's the chain of events that are going to be occurring that will be like the similar experience for each of you. So I'm seeing something is going to be happening, but it happens like a bit after the fact. And to have the High Priestess here, like you knew, you had like such a deep knowing, such a deep feeling that this thing was going to take place. Yeah, we were just saying the Magician. I'm seeing the Magician be connected with the Tower. Something comes to light. You could have also felt like you needed to get out of the way because the Tower was going to come, and so you moved so you didn't get hit with it. Like, I'm even seeing you kind of predicting things before they even occur here. It looks also like somebody may see an opportunity come to you, and that may be why they're coming through to talk to you. I keep seeing that you've been working on something, getting answers, clarity. Yeah, something gets confirmed to you. Something gets confirmed to you. But I'm seeing that you could have had a thought and not had it validated until some time had passed, because I'm seeing that you actually were not meant to know something until the time when you actually receive the information that clarifies for you. So something very, very particular here about the timing and when something that you thought or guessed at ended up being confirmed for you. But you may have like had this lingering thought where you had like your suspicions about something, and then I'm seeing that it does end up getting confirmed, but there's something, again, very, very particular about the timing of when this gets confirmed for you. All right, so we are going to leave the reading there, Libra, and we are going to hop into Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. How's everybody doing? We are here with your reading. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing things going very, very well for you. It looks like no matter where you're finding yourself right now, there's this sense of you being on track. We're starting off with the Two of Swords, coming down to a choice that needs to be made, but you may feel like you're not ready to make this choice, or that it's not time yet, or there's just too much going on. But we have the Ace of Swords here, so that is going to be clarified for you. This is a great thing to see. This means like getting down to the point. This means that if there's a decision that needs to be made, or like you're deciding between something, there's a choice, you could be on the fence, you end up finding the answer and you feel really solid about this. This is like feeling very, very confident about a choice that you make. Feeling very, very confident about that. And before, you may have been in a space where you're like, I really don't know what the answer is, and then you get that answer. Like, Ace of Swords is going to be a breakthrough moment for you, where you're like very, very sure of yourself, you're sure of what you know, you're sure of this choice that you're making, this direction that you're going in, all of that. Seeing things clearly. So yeah, maybe you just like really needed to apply yourself in this situation, and then I'm seeing the answer not be far beyond that. This can have to do with what you've been working on. I'm seeing the Eight of Pentacles here. This is something you've like really been pouring your time and energy and effort into. Concentration. It can be also about what you want to be doing that with. Like for some of you, you can be picking like what you want to study, what courses you want to be taking, like where you want to take your knowledge and expertise further. It can be like, what do I want to be working on next? What do I want to allow to build on top of what I've already been building? Eight of Pentacles is going to be like standing on the shoulders of what you've already been doing. But now something is like making sense for you, where you're like, this is definitely what I want to be working on. What I want to continue working on as well. Because all of it is connected. I'm seeing you getting really good at something here. I'm hearing you've been practicing. You're about to get news coming through. News, mail, something important, information. Somebody may want to talk to you about what you're working on. This is something you've been spending like a lot of your time doing recently. For some of you, even for years. I'm seeing somebody here in a rush to get to you, Aquarius. This feels somewhat official, whoever this person is coming through. I'm even getting something about, like, they may have preferred or, like, wanted to come through sooner, but this is just, like, when they could make it through. But it could feel a bit overdue even at this point. Okay, so this choice was associated with like an undertaking of sorts. This information that comes through, it seems like it solidifies something for you. Yeah, this choice was hard because it's associated with the Death card, which is great because it means that you boil down to something here. Having the Death card means that this decision that needed to be made, it's about a big life transition for you. So it can be going from like one job to another, from like one house to another, from one relationship to another, from being single to being in a relationship, being in a relationship to being single, like working on this book, working on that book. It has something to do with, like, Death card is going to be a big, big, big life change or transition. So it's like a big decision that's going to affect a lot of things for you or feel very, very significant for you. And I'm also seeing this be something that has to do with what you feel like is going to be a good use of your time and your energy as well. Like something that's really going to match the quality of what you give and what you work for and how you apply yourself. And this is like really fantastic news for you as well, I'm seeing, because if you were in a spot before where you felt like I keep putting in all of this effort and I feel like I don't get that much in return, this is going to change. In this moment, this changes for you. Like this means like I'm finally making what I feel like I should be making, or like I'm finally like receiving credit I feel like I should be given credit, or like my work is finally doing how I wanted it to be doing, something like that, where you feel valued when it comes to what you're putting your time and your energy into properly. Which I guess is a surprising moment as well. Oh, this person that's coming through to talk to you, I'm seeing it be actually like very unexpected. I'm also hearing abrupt. I'm seeing you be in the middle of doing something, in the middle of working on something. It even feels like you're really concentrated on something and you're like doing this thing in front of you and somebody comes and taps you on the shoulder and you're like totally thrown off, like you did not hear them coming from behind. It's one of those moments. You may feel a bit startled. Yeah, I'm seeing them want to come through like really, really fast. Like this person is not going to be deterred from doing this. Like this person is for sure coming through to contact you, is what I'm seeing. This tower that happens, it means like there is an event that happens and the process of which is very, very quick. To have the tower and also the Eight of Wands, it's like if you felt like something wasn't going somewhere, or you felt this like building energy and you were like, when is this thing gonna happen? That thing finally happens, and I'm seeing things move very, very quickly. It almost feels like a dam breaking or something like that, and like all of the water gushes out, but I'm seeing this be like flow and energy that maybe you felt was like blocked or something, or you were like, if I just fill this bucket enough it's gonna flip over and then everything's gonna move, and this really feels like that point. And we're also seeing the Fool on the bottom of the deck too, which means that you're going to be finding yourself in very new territory, and you may be taking a leap of faith, or you may be taking a bit of a chance, or jumping onto something. It can feel in the beginning like something is falling apart, but it's necessary because that's what gets you moving. Yeah, I'm seeing you try to figure out something that maybe you haven't done before. You're like, all right, this is a bit of a new experience for me, but I'm going to take the time to figure it out. Having Scorpio and Mars here too can mean like you really paying attention to how you're making your decisions, how you're initiating things, and there may be like a new way that you're cultivating when it comes to how you initiate things. For some of you, this has to do with your business. It has to do with, I'm hearing the building blocks of your future with the Emperor. Yeah. The building blocks of your future. I'm seeing it become very, very clear to you that you chose the right thing as far as what to work on, but that could have been a question for some time. And I'm seeing whoever this is, or whatever information this is that comes through, I'm seeing something extremely significant about this moment for you. Yeah, there's a lot here that's associated with you like something changing about the way that you had been doing things. I'm seeing you take like a more intuitive approach here. Before, it may not have been, you may have been maybe seen yourself as being more calculated before, but I'm seeing you be just as calculated. There's just like also something else that you're kind of bringing into your process here. Yeah, there's definitely a more intuitive approach for sure with what you're doing. It feels like you're kind of creating your own lane as well. Like you could have been following some sort of template before, and now you're going to kind of freehand the rest of this. Something that you've been working on, I'm seeing it has like sparked something else to happen elsewhere, and I'm seeing that it's like boomeranging this energy back to you. It's like some sort of butterfly effect that's happened because of what you've been doing. I'm seeing this also, this feels very much, somebody is coming through and they want to be like working with you or connecting with you or talking to you or like working something out with you. Something that this person like wants to have a particular type of exchange with you. What I'm seeing is that you could have been working on something and been like, am I really, like, is what I'm doing changing the world, or like is it helping, or like is it just useless that I'm doing this thing? Like, am I making a difference? Am I in my purpose? Because I'm seeing something that you've been doing for, it seems like, quite some time, and you could have thought that maybe you doing this would look a different way than it does. And I'm seeing that like whatever this event is that happens, it's something that it's like a very pleasant surprise for you, where you were like, I didn't think that me being here was going to look like this or do that or have that effect. And there's like something surprising that you find out that is a moment that feels very, I'm hearing self-realizing for you. Yeah. Somebody desperately wants to be like working with you, connecting with you. I'm hearing thank you, but I'm hearing it in Spanish. Yeah, this person is coming through and wants to bring you in on something. For some of you, they don't just want to work with you. They may want to bring you into some sort of collaboration that's already happening or taking place. They like want you to be on the team. Teaming up in some way. Working on something together for sure. This person just like has a feeling about you, I'm seeing. Like they may say something to the effect of that. I'm seeing they feel like they want your help. Maybe they feel like you guys could mutually help each other as well. You may feel a little bit dubious about this. I don't know. Aquarius too, like it can be in your nature as well to be like a bit suspicious at times. It's just part of it. Yeah, when this person, it comes through, like you may not know how to take that immediately. Like I'm seeing there be, I am hearing restoration. Look at all of these, like we have a knight here, we have a knight here, we have a knight here. Whatever it is that's being proposed to you, like you have to figure out whether or not it's something that you want genuinely. But I'm seeing somebody like really want to talk to you. Yeah, what I'm getting is that there could have been like a very particular way that you were working before, and you may be changing it up. Like you could have thought, like, when I step into this position, I'm going to do things like that and this way, and there could have been something like very rigid with the way that you were doing things before. And I'm seeing you be like, I'm going to take a more intuitive approach. Like that you're going to adopt a more intuitive approach. So I'm seeing you're still going to be like organized, and you're still going to be showing up, and there's still going to be this sense of discipline, but I'm seeing something else be incorporated into like how you're moving. I'm seeing like painting. I'm just seeing like colors and like a waviness to everything, like a fluidity. Whoever this person is that's coming through, they're trying to bring you somewhere, or like take you somewhere, or kind of move you in a particular direction, or maybe you feel moved by what it is that they say. On the other hand, I am seeing that there's something that's just not working for you anymore. Because this may be a completely separate situation over here. Yeah. You may have felt like someone kept failing to really show up in a solid way. I'm seeing like every time this person showed up with you, this does feel like a bit of a separate thing that's happening over here. You could have felt like every time somebody was showing up, they were just like not meeting the mark. This is how I'm seeing it be. And it's like they could never come up with something solid or something that made sense for you. It was just always something that just failed to be grounded. This is like somebody that every time, I'm seeing this be a repetitive thing. It's like every time this person comes through, you're like, what are you actually offering me? Like, what are you bringing up? What are you proposing? And it's just like so confusing every time. Like, I'm just seeing somebody be very, very jumbled. It's like they keep making this effort to come through, but it just doesn't make sense at all. And I'm seeing you be like, I don't know why I keep opening the door for you. I'm seeing you walk away. Because you're like, it's the same thing every single time. And they're like, no, I'm gonna show you something this time, and still, it's like still not making sense. So I'm seeing you actually like leave. I'm seeing you walk away from this. I'm hearing position for some of you. This can also be like a bunch of like empty promises too that are never delivered over and over and over again. It's like they keep making the effort to come and like flag you down and get your attention, and then it's just like a bunch of like a mess that makes no sense every time they come through. And I'm seeing you be like, me stepping into the void is better than like yo-yoing back into this situation. But I'm seeing you're gonna have to let go of something about this. Like this, there may be a bit of an appeal to this situation for you, but it almost feels like it just like never fully delivers. There may be a part of you that's having a hard time. Like for some of you, I will say this. You may have somebody that keeps trying to like get you hooked, but again, like they never fully deliver, but you may feel like an intensity or an attraction towards this person that you're like, you know what, it's not worth it to me because you never come up with anything solid, and you may end up letting this person go, but it may feel difficult just because of like the chemistry that you have with them. But you may be like, you know what, I can find that with somebody else or in another situation, you know? This can also be a job thing too. Yeah, look at you. I'm seeing you feel like you're really establishing yourself here with something important. We are looking at, I am hearing Sagittarius. I'm looking at Pisces, Aries, Neptune, Mars, Scorpio. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.